Join me as I talk to Dan Gates from Vicar Blood. This is an Ohio band who is going to be playing at the Inkarceration 2026 festival. So listen and hear what they've got going on this year. Pretty kick-ass death metal band. And also, if you're liking my episodes, make sure that you go out, like, and subscribe. I'm on YouTube, Apple, Spotify. Thanks so much. Let's get into it. What's up, Ohio? She Shreds with Rasan, and I'm here in January kicking things off with a really kick-ass band from Ohio. This is Dan Gates. He is with Vicar Blood, and we're going to talk about what they've got going on. They've actually got a couple of hits that they've put out. I think you guys are going to be recording an album to come out in the spring, and I'm so excited because they are also going to be playing at the Incarceration Festival coming up here in Mansfield, my hometown. So, Dan, thank you so much for being a guest on my show. I super appreciate it.
Thank you very much for asking me. I'm happy to do it.
Yes, for sure. So, tell me a little bit about Vicar Blood. I think you guys have been together for almost a year. Is that right?
Right about a year, almost exactly.
Okay.
I guess it all started. I was doing a lot of content for YouTube and just social media in general, but I write riffs all the time and I'll record them and put drums to them, whether I just put it out on social media or if I actually do a YouTube video. And Veda, our vocalist, heard a couple of the riffs that I had written, and they were actually in a YouTube video that I was demonstrating a piece of gear for. And she messaged me because I'd met Veda a year or two prior. And so she messaged me and she said, "Hey, I really like these riffs in this video. Can I do a TikTok duet to them?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds cool." And so she did it. And when she did it, I was kind of like, well, what if I like add another riff and we like make just like a real short song out of it? So I did that, added another riff. So it was like a little short 3-minute simple song. And it went so well. And at the time, one of my other bands was kind of ending and I had some extra time. And I just started thinking, well, why not just start a band? Because she actually tried out for a band that I was in a while back. So I'm like,
Okay.
kind of weird how things come back around. It was fun. It was cool. It worked out good. And we're like, let's just start a band.
That's pretty cool how it came together. So, you guys were just kind of, bit by bit testing each other out without even realizing it. Which
And
is that's cool because then it was organic. It's not like it was forced.
yeah, very organic. And it wasn't with the intention of starting a band. It just kind of went that direction. And at that time, obviously, we didn't have the other members. It was just the two of us, but we just thought, let's just start moving forward. And if hopefully we'll find band members, but if we don't, we can still do this thing on our own, at least as far as recording and releasing music. Yeah.
So, like, what is your background with, creating content? How long have you been doing that? And in, I guess, what forum? Are you like, is it part of your job or you just do it on the side?
It's just all for fun and just all out of the love for metal. I always liked promoting my band and try not to make the story too long, but even going clear back to the 90s when I first started out.
No, I wanna hear. Let's go all as far back as you want.
Okay, well, hopefully I don't forget the initial question, but the creating content in 1993 was not on the internet, obviously.
Right.
Back in the old days, we would do tape trading where, you would write other bands throughout the world and trade demo tapes with them. And so I got very involved with that. And so I was always into promoting my band and I loved doing it. It was just fun to me. It just like in the 90s to send my demo tape to Germany or Indonesia or whatever, and then go to the mailbox and get these packages from these other bands. It was exciting to me. So I always loved doing that sort of thing. So when the internet started getting going and bands started posting on the internet and doing things, I tried to get involved in that. And after starting numerous bands and Facebook pages and promoting the Facebook pages and getting 1,000 followers or 2,000 or 3,000 or whatever, and then having the band break up, I was like, this is so much time and effort to put into these bands and promoting these bands. And then the second they die, all those followers that you gained are just like useless because you're not going to promote that band
Right.
anymore. So there was a point in time where I thought to myself, I should start creating my own content and promoting my own guitar playing and whatever I'm doing. Because if I can start to gain a little bit of a following with that, then those people will see whatever else I'm doing instead of putting all
Right.
that, I still put the time and effort into the bands too, but
Mhm.
it made more sense at that time to put a little more of the promotion and stuff on myself so that people would just see whatever I was doing, whatever band I was involved in.
That's pretty smart. I mean, you just kind of figured it out on your own, but you stuck with, what you like doing with just keeping metal out there, like you said. You just kind of evolved, I guess. So
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
yeah. I wish I would have come to that conclusion a little earlier than I did,
I
but I
know.
but I
It never
did.
goes that way though.
No,
And yeah, it just doesn't. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, I feel like I found my calling at the end of my fees, and just starting this podcast. And do I wish I could have done it earlier? Hell yeah, but it just, it didn't come to me
you're doing it now.
until later on. Right. And I think that's cool with like the whole social content or the content creation is it just wakes up
Yeah,
different things in everybody based on, what you want to do, your likes or what have you.
yeah. And there's a little bit of you kind of have to get over the whole not worrying about what other people think and just putting yourself out there and like because most of us feel a little self-conscious about it at first and I even still do at
Right.
times, but then I think if I don't put it out there, then nobody's going to hear it. And you want to promote yourself and promote your band. And if you're not, you're kind of missing the boat.
Yeah, you will. I mean, you'll just pretty much go silent and everybody else, will
Live in a
bypass you.
Yeah, live in obscurity.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, hell, we live in Ohio. I feel like we are in obscurity just in our state, right? So Vicar Blood is based out of Cleveland, Ohio, correct?
Well,
You guys say you're out of
sort of,
Cleveland
sort
or
of. Our vocalist is in Cleveland. The
okay.
rest of us are from surrounding areas.
Okay. And the members of your band, so we've got Veda Boss, who is the vocals, Dan Gates, yourself, who's guitarist, and then Will is at Balduck.
Yep.
He's another guitarist. Steve Fernandez does drums.
Nope.
And
Bass.
Charlie, I don't have his last name. Oh, Charlie does drums.
Yep. Steve's on
And
bass.
Steve Fernandez that does bass.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And Charlie is
So
Charlie Winters.
Charlie Winters.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's in a bunch of bands, so people probably know him.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm definitely going to look him up now that I have his last name.
Yeah.
So I guess like I mean, you had to have some purpose and intent when you were looking for to form your band. How did you guys go about that? Was there anything specific that stands out?
When Veda and I decided to do this thing, immediately Steve was on my mind because he's a good friend. We were playing in another band together at the time. And so I immediately asked if he was interested, and he said yes. And then Veda was working on another project at one point in time with Will, and I had never met Will. And she said, he's a really nice guy. He's interested in playing with us. Would you be interested in meeting him and having him come over? And I said, well, yeah, I mean, if you like him, you think he's a nice guy, and why not? Because I was thinking I would probably be the only guitar player, and then Will came over, and he was such a cool guy, and I could see he had the ability to play the things that were already written, and so immediately was just like, hell yeah, bring him in, and yeah, it's worked out great. And then Charlie, well, we actually started with a different drummer, and then we brought Charlie in because he's such a good guy, a awesome drummer, and he lives like 10 minutes from me. Whereas
Okay.
yeah, and the drummer we were playing with before, also a super nice guy, good drummer, no bad blood, no nothing like that. But he lived kind of far away from me, and the fact that Charlie lived so close, it just was like it made a lot of sense because it would just be easier to work on things together, and so we brought him in, and it's been great.
All right. And who would you say is the oldest out of the band? You don't have to give an age,
By far, me.
by far you. And who is the youngest? Anybody in their 20s,
Nobody in their 20s. I think
30s?
Charlie is 30, I believe, and Steve is early 30s.
Okay.
I'm 54, so I'm by far the
What?
oldest. Yeah,
Oh my, I would have guessed you to be in your late 40s.
54.
See, it's the metal that keeps you alive,
Tell you,
you
gotta
know?
gotta keep going.
Mhm, for sure. So, how did you come about, getting booked on Ink?
Basically, knowing the right people and having them believe in us. Veda is
Sweet.
friends with one of the owners, and he likes what we're doing. And I think, as far as I know, it's pretty unheard of for a band that's only been together for a year that is still just starting out to be able to get on that festival. So
Really?
it's pretty good opportunity for us. I mean, I think we're
I'm
definitely.
so excited for you guys. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, because 'cause I've been there a couple of times. I was there a couple years ago with some friends of mine that played. They asked if I would go with them. I guess they just wanted a guitar player on hand for any technical issues or whatever. So
Oh, okay.
I went and spent the weekend out there with them. They played the 3rd stage and then also at the campground. That was a blast. And then
Sweet.
last year, Veda got me a pass, and so I was there on Saturday. And so 2 years in a row I've been there, and now the 3rd year I'm gonna play, so it's awesome.
I know. I mean, yeah, it's just like, leveling up year after year for you.
It's just so funny how things work out, you know?
I know. It really is. So, yeah, I did see where, she did an interview with Kevin Powell. He does a podcast, and he was behind the scenes with Ink last year, and he was talking to her, and, you guys had formed. I think you had already formed. Yeah,
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 yeah, and we formed in, like, January of that year, and so
right.
yeah.
Okay, and yes, so they were talking, she's like, "Well," he asked her what you guys are gonna be doing for 2026. She goes, "Well, hopefully we can play here. That'd be awesome."
It
And now
was
fast forward, you guys really are.
it was kinda funny too because he kinda chuckled like, big dreams, but we already knew that it was a possibility, so that's why she said that.
Okay. Alright. Well, that's so cool. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely gonna be there. I mean, I live here in Mansfield, so it's my hometown, and I think I've been there for, let's see, the last 2 years in a row, and then there's a year I skipped, and then some years before that. So, yeah. If I'm not on vacation somewhere, then I'm usually there at Ink. So
It's a pretty cool event. I mean, I'm generally well, not generally, I am more into, like, just underground death metal, so when I go to a festival like that, there's not a lot of bands there that I listen to,
mhm,
but I still just have a great time because it's just like, I was standing up top, like, looking down over the whole thing. I was like, "This is incredible that this is in Ohio."
I know. I know, and then they've like last year, I was still amazed, like, how many people they were able to fit in that small arena because that's the largest the crowd has ever been
Yeah.
since they've been doing Ink. And before Ink, and before it became through Danny Wimmer, it was, called Ink and the Clink.
Yeah.
So it started out really small, and I remember, hearing, I was like, "Really? There's a couple name, famous bands that are coming to Mansfield to play at the prison?" It was like, maybe we had Facebook at the time, that was it, and
Yeah.
it just grew from there.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. When I was there with my friends a couple years ago, I had all access the day that they played, so I got to see all the backstage workings and all the rock stars walking around and stuff. It was pretty cool. And then I also had a backstage pass last year too. Not I didn't have all access, but I got to kind of hang out in the back, and some of the artists were around, and it's just cool. It's just
Yeah,
awesome that we're going to be there to play.
definitely. So, yeah, I'm super pumped for you guys,
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. We're really excited because, like I said, we've known this was a possibility for quite a while now.
and it's coming true. Now, will you go out to the campground and play out there, or camp out, or what are your plans for when you do come?
I don't really have a plan at the moment, to be honest. I'm not sure if I'm going to spend the whole weekend there or if I'll just be there on Friday. I'm not 100% sure at this point.
Okay. Did you do any crowd surfing, or, like, how close up did you go when you were there last year?
I just told you I'm 54. Crowd surfing and
Okay.
stage diving are in the past for me.
Alright. Got it.
So no, I did not. I watched a lot of other people do it, but no, not for me.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll do the same setup like they did last year, because that was pretty insane. Just, like I said, it allowed for more people to come and be there, but at the same time, it definitely changed, the setup with how close you could get to the stage and things like that, so
I liked the setup
it was just pretty
last
hectic.
year Yeah, I like the setup last year better because the previous year, the one thing I noticed was in the afternoon when it was sunny, just looking at the main stage, like the sun was just killing you. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
the way it's facing now, it's probably killing the artist on stage. But yeah, I was just
Well,
out
they've
there.
got fans, so
Yeah, yeah, like 80,000 of them,
right. Yeah.
or however many there are. I don't know.
Well, in the years before too, prior to last year, you would walk the if you were there all day, you would go home and you'd have tons of boogers in your nose because
Yeah,
of the dirt and the pit and everything. So it'd be pretty grody.
yeah. Well, last year it rained on us pretty hard, so I was sort of
Yes.
clean when I left.
Yeah. Yeah. You got a natural shower.
Yeah, I did.
We did too. Well, we stayed because we wanted to see Slipknot. I took my youngest, and it was her first time at a concert ever, and then first time to see Slipknot.
Oh, that's cool.
And so, yeah, we had rain ponchos. We wore those for a little bit, and after a while, I was like, "This is ridiculous. I'm taking it off." We were soaked anyway, so
Yeah, I didn't bring anything. I was just like sleeveless shirt, shorts. I was drenched. And then I was with Veda and then we left and we couldn't find the car. We forgot exactly. We knew the area we parked in, but it was just downpour. We were just drenched.
yeah,
But but it was all good.
good times.
Yeah.
So another thing too that I thought was funny and just hearing Veda when she's talking to Kevin in that interview is she was describing what Vicar Blood is. So she's saying, you guys are filthy, you're death metal, but you're modern death metal. So tell me a little bit about that. What makes it modern?
I'm still trying to figure that out because that's a term that Veda likes to use.
Okay.
And I'm like, I've been playing death metal since 1993, so I'm not that modern, you know? I mean, when I'm writing music for Vicar Blood, I want that old school vibe to seep in, but I do try to keep it a little more listener friendly too, because some of the bands I played in the past were pretty fast and chaotic. And so
Okay.
I want to write good, interesting riffs, but I want to keep them to where people can grasp them too. So I'm not trying to achieve a modern sound necessarily. I'm just writing what comes out. But
Yeah.
I think she uses that term because she wants us to be not thought of as like an old school band. Because like when I write stuff, people tend to tell me it sounds old school, and even if I don't think it does, I guess it just does because that's just how I write, and I've been playing this music forever. So I don't know.
Well, I think the music is awesome. And
Thank you.
the cool thing about it that I have to say is props to Veda because you guys are a female fronted death metal band. So that in itself is kick ass.
It is. And it's so funny people's perspective on that too, because one guy told her that she was going to have it easier because she was a female. But yet there's a lot of guys that don't want to accept females.
Right.
And so in ways it's harder. So I don't think you can
I could see
say,
that.
I don't, I definitely don't think you can say it's easier.
No, sexism is still alive no matter how many times people try to say that they're, I guess that they're more accepting of things, but it usually slips out in conversation.
Yeah.
People
And I,
say the stupidest things.
yeah. And I tell Veda, I've told her many times, I'm 100% in your corner. You just do what you do because I love it, and you're the vocalist of our band. So I mean, you know,
Right.
so fuck all these guys that can't handle it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. They can go be butthurt in their own corner.
Yeah, we don't need them anyway.
Right. Yeah. I mean, look where you guys are going with like, I'm not a huge fan of death metal because for me, it's sometimes it's been hard to understand the lyrics. I'm not one of those people who can pick up on lyrics easily anyways with any form of music. Usually I have to look them up. But with you guys, I was able to actually understand what she is singing, especially with the one song that you just came out with.
When war
What is it
comes,
called? I can't read my writing without my glasses right now. But
when war comes,
War. Yeah,
yeah,
when war comes. Yeah. That goes hard. Yeah, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm coming for you. Fucking get it." So, and I
exactly.
could understand that. I didn't even have to look at the lyrics. So it's like, "Okay, pretty cool. Spot on."
I do like when you can understand the lyrics when a death metal singer is saying the lyrics. But I also, I've heard that for 30 years about I can't understand the lyrics, and I'm like, well, in death metal, it's not always what you're saying, it's more how you're saying it. But it is a bonus when you can actually understand what they're saying.
Right. Well, and for me, it's I still can get into it because even if I don't know or understand everything, it's the riffs. So the
Yeah.
guitars, everything, just how the music flows together. That's usually if I can feel it in my bones, I know that, that's what gets me going. So
Yeah, me
it
too.
doesn't always have to be about the lyrics or,
Yeah.
knowing what they're gonna say next.
Yeah, same with me.
So it just has to be felt. So tell us, you guys are planning on putting out an album?
Yeah.
Are you working on that right now?
Yes. Not actually recording right now, but, everything we've done so far, I kind of consider it like demo type stuff because I mixed it all myself and everything, and I don't really feel like I know what I'm doing. It came out good enough, I guess, but, we are gonna record professionally and definitely 8 songs, possibly 9 or 10,
Nice.
and we're planning to record in April, and I don't know exactly when it'll be released because we wanna get it out before Ink, but
Okay.
we don't know how we're gonna release it yet. We don't know if there's gonna be a label involved or if we're gonna do it ourselves, or we're not to that point yet. So,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know for sure.
So up to this point, it's all been done by you.
Pretty much. I mean, Veda recorded her vocals at home and would send them to me, and I'd record all the guitars and the bass, and I was just working with a drum program. Like, we haven't recorded live drums yet, but we're gonna do that with Charlie.
Okay. Well, that sounds interesting. Good luck with that because, I can I for me, I don't know if I'd have patience to do something like that.
It's a lot. I mean, and I've done it I don't know how many times. It's just what you have to do as a musician, you write the music, you gotta record it. It's a process. It takes time, and you just have to do it and get through it if you want that end product result in your hand, and out
How
there
long
for
have you been
everybody.
in Yeah, for sure. Can you imagine if you just had somebody come in and they just were just starting out and you're like, "Okay, well, we're gonna let you go ahead and, produce this and mix it all together. It's in your hands." That'd be pretty scary.
Yeah, for sure.
How long have you been a musician?
I started playing guitar towards the end of '88, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a senior in high school, and, I had a couple friends that had guitars, and I never even it never even crossed my mind to play guitar. I mean, I at that point, I
Really?
no, at that point, I loved metal, and
Okay.
I was all about the '80s thrash metal.
I was gonna ask what you'd like to listen to.
Oh, yeah, that's where I got started for sure, and then
Okay.
I had a couple friends that had guitars, and, they'd start playing some riffs that I was familiar with, anything from Ozzy to, like, Boston. That's one of the first riffs I ever learned, the
Oh, geez.
and stuff like that, and I'm like, "Well, if they can play those riffs, I guess I probably could," and my friend let me put to hold the guitar, and I didn't even know how to play it, and I just hit the strings, and I was hooked. I was like,
Wow,
I
that's all
gotta
it
have
took.
one." That's all it
That is
took.
crazy. You just had to touch it.
Yep. That's all it
So
took.
ever since then and did you take up, any guitar lessons? Are you self-taught? A little bit of both?
Pretty much self-taught. I mean, I took lessons for, like, a month when I first started, and
Wow.
I just
That is just amazing.
I just couldn't
So
do
many
it.
musicians out there, a lot just are self-taught and, are geniuses.
Well, for me, I didn't start playing guitar because I thought I was gonna be a great musician. I started playing guitar because I wanted to play Metallica riffs, and so would I go to these lessons and, he's, like, trying to teach me scales or something, and I'm just like, "Oh, this sucks." And I'm like, "I just wanna play Seek and Destroy or For Whom the Bell Tolls." So,
Yeah, that does and that makes sense, because they're trying to, like, streamline it and take you down a certain path, and you already know where you wanna go.
yeah, yeah, I just didn't have the patience for that. I bought tablature books and started learning Metallica riffs, and I basically learned to play guitar by playing Metallica riffs.
Are you a fan of Megadeth?
I was in the earlier days, not as
Yeah.
much anymore, but yeah.
Uh,
Actually, the first concert I ever went to was Dio, Megadeth, and Savatage, and
Man, that would've been awesome.
I only went for Megadeth because I really wasn't into Dio at the time, and I had never listened to
Yeah,
Savatage, so it was awesome.
yeah. That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to an Ozzy concert?
No, I never did, unfortunately. I did go to Ozfest once. I don't know. God, it was so long ago, I couldn't even tell you who played.
I know. Can you believe it? I mean, that's like a lifetime ago when we're talking about Ozfest. And when I think about it, I feel like it was only like 10 years ago, but it was more than 20.
I know. Yeah, 'cause I always get it confused too because there was the what was it called? The Rockstar Mayhem Fest or something like that. It was a whole tour thing too, and I went to
Oh,
Wanna
you're not talking
Beach
about
and
Warped Tour.
no, it was like I think it was called Mayhem Fest. Or I don't know, I could be wrong. It was also a very long time ago, and it was kinda like an Ozfest type thing.
Okay.
So I get those mixed up.
Yeah. Well, it happens.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys have planned besides, putting together the album? Are you planning on, or you wanting to get out there and play some shows, book some gigs?
Yeah, we're not really we haven't been in a hurry to do that because we wanted to get music out there. That was top priority, get songs out there and available and do some promotion for ourselves. So, we actually played our first show back in December,
Was
and
that at the No Class
yep,
bar in Cleveland?
yep, it
I love
was
that name, No Class. That's like the perfect name for an establishment.
it used to be called Now That's Class, and then it changed owners, and they took a vote on what to name it, and No Class won.
No, I love it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, so we
How did your show there go?
it was amazing. We could not have asked for a better first show. It was packed house, everything went great, the crowd was very receptive, we sold a bunch of merch. I mean, it could not have gone better. It was a blast, and we got to it was the day before Veda's birthday, and we got to open for a band called Castrator, which is an all-female death metal band. So,
I saw that.
yeah, so Veda was like, "Man, if we could get on that show, it'd be awesome." And it's the day before my birthday. It's a all female band, and so I emailed the club, and they put us on.
Sweet. Well, I'm sure that, when you guys are ready, you won't have any trouble in, booking wherever you wanna go.
Yeah, we definitely want to play some shows, but we didn't want to get caught up in the whole playing all the same local venues and then getting distracted from what we really want to do, which is to put out an album. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing the local venues, and we
Right.
will.
No, I get what you
I'm
mean.
sure we will play some of them, but we just
You can
didn't.
only do so much, you know?
Yeah, and we're trying to look at the bigger picture instead of just all the local
Right.
clubs, and so we'll see what happens. But I have good feelings.
Awesome. Well, just be ready for some more fan adoration too after you play at Ink because, you're definitely gonna be out there. Your name's gonna be out there. You're gonna have merch too. Are you able to have merch at Ink? How does that work?
I'm not exactly sure how it works, but yeah, they do allow us to have merch, but you have to give it to them and they sell it. And so for a band like us, I don't know, it might only be like one design or something. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but yeah, we'll have something available. And if not, we have a web store that, made to order, ships right to your house if anybody wants anything. So
Okay. Cool. So I saw that you have beanies and you've got a sweatshirt, and on the back of it, it has some lyrics from the
yeah,
When War Comes.
now you're making me rack my brain to remember what the lyrics are.
It said, here, I'll put on my glasses so I can read it, but it was pretty cool.
You can't accept defeat if you're already dead.
If you're already dead.
I heard
Yeah.
that lyric. I was like, yes, that's got to go on the shirt.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
But so you have the sweatshirts, you got the beanies. What else do you have for merch?
Well, like I said, we have a made to order merch store. So when you go, we
Okay.
can put anything we want up on there. Like there's sweatshirts, t-shirts, girl,
Gotcha.
women's shirts, coffee mugs, sweatpants, shorts. I mean, anything that we want to throw our design on can be available. And
Okay.
the company that we're using is called Fourth Wall, and they've been doing great. The quality of everything has been awesome, and they ship quickly. Because we started out with another company, and it was not going well. Like they were not shipping things out, and when we made the switch, it was just definitely the
Night
right
and
move.
day. All right, sweet.
Yeah.
So what do you want your fans to walk away with after they hear you play?
Hopefully a good experience of hearing us and seeing
Brutality.
us. Yeah. We're gonna play some fast stuff, and we're gonna play some slammy, catchy riffs and put it all together. And I hope you're feeling it because we like the aggression of the blast beats and the fast drums and the fast riffs, but then we want to break it down to the heavy where you can just kind of bang your head and just really grab onto it. So, yeah, hopefully just a good experience, a fun time, and they want to listen to more of our music.
Definitely. Well, you're a beast on the guitar because I was checking out some of your clips and, what you've posted, and you're definitely really good at what you do.
Thank you. I should be
Yeah.
by now. It's been forever that I've been playing, so
Would you say, I guess, do you have any other influences that have influenced you over the years? Has it always been metal, or is there anybody outside of the metal genre that you find influential for you, for Dan?
for me, it's almost all metal.
All metal?
I mean, I'm open-minded. I'm a musician, so I'm open-minded. Like if somebody wants to listen to something else, play me something else, it's not like I hate
Yeah.
everything else or anything. But when I'm picking the music, it's almost always metal. So
Okay.
I can't really say I have many influences, if any that I can think of off the top of my head that aren't metal. I mean, I'm sure there's, growing up in the 80s, I listened to all the 80s
Yeah.
rock and pop, and I'm
Right.
sure that all is in there. Metal is just what, as a teenager, it just grabbed me. And, all these years later, it's like
That's all it took.
the best way I can describe it is like there's just still this fire that burns inside of me that just won't go away, that makes me want to play metal and listen to metal and just be involved in the metal scene. It's just what I love. I never imagined at my age I'd still be doing what I'm doing.
Really?
It No, not
What did you think you would be doing in your 50s? Say back in the 80s, what did you imagine that 50-year-old Dan would be doing?
I didn't even think about 50-year-old Dan because that was old
Probably
man
seem really
Dan.
old, right? Well, shit, my back in the day too, in the 80s, like, our teachers, they looked like they were in their 50s, and they were only in their maybe 30s. So
This is
people looked way older to us, and then so to even try to envision 50s and stuff, yeah, I
Yeah,
get it. I didn't wanna think about it either.
no.
Not if I was gonna look like my teacher.
Right, yeah, I didn't wanna look like that guy.
Right? What about any of the members, in the band that you're with right now? Do they have any influences that they've thrown out there outside of
Man,
metal?
our bass player, Steve, he is one of the most talented guys I know, and he plays funk and blues and rock, and I mean, he plays more of that than he does metal, and
Really?
the dude is really talented. We were playing together in another band, so we had met each other way back in the day because our bands had played together, but we were getting to know each other better because we ended up in a band together. And he was like, "Hey, man, I'm playing a gig close to your house if you want to swing out." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I'll stop out." So I walk in, and I'm thinking bass player Steve is going to be playing the bass. No, I walk in, he's playing acoustic guitar and like singing his ass off. And I was just like, wait a minute, I don't even know this guy at all. But yeah, super talented guy. And then Charlie, drummer, he plays in a bunch of metal bands, but he also has a band called The Intangibles, which is not metal at all, but is a very, very good band. I'm a big fan. I've seen him play locally a bunch of times.
Okay.
And
What do they play?
I don't even know what to call it. I mean,
Does he always play drums?
yeah,
Okay.
I don't really know what to call it. I mean, rock influence. Their guitar player, who's also named Charlie, is just really good guitar player and very just great presence when he's playing live. A lot of fun to watch. And their bass player Blake is also a very talented guy. And they're just a three piece. And yeah, and then Will, our other guitar player,
Mhm.
is this the first death metal band he's been in. I mean, he's been in other bands and he's done some touring and stuff, but this is the first time he's played death metal. So this is kind of new to him, but he's taken right to it. And he's even thrown some ideas out there that were really cool and definitely fit the band. So,
Well, that's good. I mean, that's, good to hear that, you're open to hearing other ideas as well.
yeah, for sure. I mean, even though the way the band started was me just writing and writing as much as I could, I didn't want it to be like I'm the guy that writes for this band. I want everybody to be able to bring their ideas in, and I mean, I just think it'll make the band better, and everybody wants to contribute, so everybody should be able to contribute.
Right. Yep. I agree. What was the band that you were in previously?
Man, go down the list. I've been in a bunch of bands over the years, but
What's the longest that you've been in?
I was in a band called Ton back in the 90s. That was my first real band. We went from '93 to about, I think it was like early 2001, and then we split up, and then we reformed again at the very end of 2013, and then we ended up putting out two more full-length albums and playing a bunch of fests, all
Wow.
shows around the country and stuff. It was never an actual touring band, but especially
Okay.
back in the '90s, we would like do some weekend warrior stuff, where we just drive anywhere. Well, we got asked to play. If we can do it, we're doing it.
Yeah, you're going.
So that was probably my longest running band. But yeah, bunch of stuff over
And
the
what was it
years.
called?
Ton.
TON. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It was kind of a. It was in our area. We were like the first death metal band around. So, and we're playing shows in '93, '94. We were getting a lot of weird looks.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, nowadays
And
everybody's heard death metal vocals, but back then a lot of
right.
people hadn't.
Well, yeah, I mean, just watch Miss America this year and people,
Yeah.
who knows
Yep.
how many people heard it for the first time.
Yeah.
Wasn't that crazy?
I was actually familiar with her band before that happened, and
Yeah, I had heard about them, but I hadn't listened.
they popped up on my YouTube, and I had checked it out. And so then I saw her pop up in the Miss whatever it was, and
Yeah,
I was like, "Whoa, okay, I know who that is."
I know. That was pretty cool.
That was very cool, and she
Yeah,
won.
that's right, she did.
I thought that that would have just been a for sure no win.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, beautiful. She
Yeah,
did an excellent job with that too.
yeah,
And, she's also a Latina, so I like that too.
yeah. I forget where they're from, but good band.
So anything else that you want us to know about Vicar Blood before we all come and see you guys at Ink,
Come eat dusted ink in the pit.
right? So you guys, are you gonna be on the 3rd stage?
Yeah, we're on this third
Okay,
stage.
okay.
I don't have the running order, but I think we're playing first, so it's
Man, it's
possible.
always so freaking hot back there too.
Yeah, well, the third stage isn't tucked against the building where it used to be. It's kind of more out in the open now. So I don't know if that makes a difference, but
I don't remember that.
yeah, because the way they had it set up, where the main stages were, the
Yeah,
backs were against the building, and the third stage when I was there 2 years ago was down on the end of the building, whereas
right.
this past year it was kind of more off to the side in a more open area. But
Okay,
but anyway, I don't know. I guess I would just say, just keep an eye out for us. We're going to
okay.
be putting some new music out. It won't be too terribly long. We were trying to pump out the singles just to kind of get the ball rolling and get some attention and just have people
Yeah,
hear what we're doing. The full length album is going to be recorded, and we don't have much planned other than recording and playing ink at this point. But I think as things move along, we'll probably get some more opportunities, maybe even play locally here or there. We talked about maybe trying to play a show or two prior to ink, since we only have one show under
that's
our
actually a
belt.
good idea. I think you guys should do that.
Yeah, I think it would be beneficial.
Mhm.
Before we played the show in December, there was a part of us that was kind of like, it would be kind of cool if our first show was ink. But then we're also like, well, it'd be kind of good to get a little stage
Yeah,
experience as a
lay a
band.
little groundwork there.
Yeah. So
Now, in any of the bands that you've been in through your career, have you ever played in Mansfield?
never.
No?
Nope. That'll be a first time.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a couple places here that would love to have you, so
Oh, really? I'm not super familiar with Mansfield. I don't get out that way a lot,
well,
but
I can't believe small, tiny Mansfield, and you've never not familiar? Come on, Dan.
I mean, I drove through it a couple weeks ago.
Did you? Yeah. We are situated, we're right between Cleveland and Columbus, an hour each way.
Yeah, and Cleveland's an hour for me, Mansfield's an hour for me, Columbus is 2, so not too bad.
Yeah. So we're all in Ohio. We call it the field around here.
Yep, lots of corn.
Yeah, I know. Don't remind me. All right, Dan. Well, if you don't have anything else that you want to throw out there, everybody, Ohio, everybody that's coming in from out of state, which is really cool that Ink attracts, you're going to get to see Dan and his band Vicar Blood July 17th. They're playing Friday at Inkarceration at oh my God, it's the old prison. It
Yep,
just left me.
Mansfield Reformatory.
Yeah, the reformatory. Yeah, at the Mansfield Reformatory Prison. So you got to come out and check out Vicar Blood. They are brutal and female fronted, so you will not be disappointed.
Vicarblood.com. Everything is
Yes.
there. Everything's
Yes.
there.
Okay. And your merch as well?
Yep. Merch, everything.
Okay.
Socials.
All right. Vicarblood.com. You guys heard it. And then, is there a band that you would nominate for my podcast?
Put me on the spot.
I did. I threw that out there. Surprise!
I'm going to go, the first one that comes to mind, I'm going to go with, and it's another Ohio band.
Sweet. That's what
And
I want.
it's a band that our drummer Charlie is in. It's called Inoculation out of
In
Cleveland. They've done
inoculation.
some touring. I know they toured with Revocation. They've done several tours. So yeah, I would check them out. Very good band. And
Hey.
yeah,
All right. Inoculation. I'm coming for you because Dan sent me. All right. Well, thank you so much, Dan. I've had a really good time talking to you. I can't wait to meet you in person and see you guys play. And obviously, I'll be paying attention. So if you do, any shows ahead of time, I'll be excited to see where and when.
okay. Well, thank you for having me.
Ohio, you heard it. This is She Shreds with Rasan, and keep it loud.